So once again, when you're shopping for stuff, watch out for things that say the word organic. If it says all natural, if it says pure, those things don't mean anything. The word organic, that means something. Um, you want to also make sure that when you're purchasing things, read the ingredients on the back. If you start to see chemicals and things like that, or if you don't see the words, the actual words printed, no preservatives, no artificial anything in it, then that means it has it in. So sometimes it's not so much about what they say, but sometimes what they do not say on the labels that can make a big difference in what you're eating. And usually the cost of your organic or your pure stuff versus not is not that big of a cost, but it makes a big difference to you as far as your health and wellness. So you want to make sure that you do that. One of the big things I always talk to people about is about things like honey. Honey is one of the things that, it's always labeled pure honey or anything like that. And one of the easiest ways to know whether or not you're buying actual organic, pure, natural honey is look at the price of it. Real honey is expensive. Raw honey is expensive. If you can get a big bottle of honey that's about this big for $10, it's not real honey. Okay? So, peanut butter. When you're looking at peanut butter, you want to go for, like, once again, you can look for the organic brands. You don't necessarily have to have the name brand stuff like the Jifs and things of that nature. Organic, local, whatever you want to do. Peanut butter without all the preservatives is going to be better for you. And so, certain things is not that necessary as far as brands are concerned. You want to buy what's the content of your stuff. So even with your fruits and what have you, you want to be mindful of that. When you go to your grocery store, talk to the people that work at the grocery store. Sometimes they will also be able to help you out. Make friends with them. They'll tell you as far as, the meats and what have you, and the things that you're going to buy. So when you go to your meat section, always look for the all natural section. A lot of you'll see the difference in price of if you're a meat eater, of your chicken, your beef, and what have you. There's going to be a slight difference between the price. But as far as for your health and wellness, right, it's well worth the cost of it. So as you're shopping through the grocery store, now we're going to walk towards like the frozen fruit section, the meat sections, and what have you. If you notice on your shopping list, I don't have sausage on your shopping list. I'm not a big fan of sausage. I've seen the processing of sausage, the things that go into sausage. Some people are just not very comfortable, even though it might say 100% beef, but it's what kind of beef. The things that they put in there, the nitrates they put in your sausage. For me, I just don't recommend it. Eggs, you'll find limited recipes on what I have as far as eggs go. Eggs are not necessarily bad, okay? However, sometimes I just don't use it a whole lot. However, you do have organic eggs that you can buy where the chickens are raised, they're free range and stuff like that. They tend to be a little bit more expensive, but for how I eat, if I don't buy that much eggs, if I'm gonna buy eggs, that's what I'm gonna buy. Okay. Cheese. I don't really do cheese. I don't do the dairy thing, so I don't really, I just don't. So I'm just gonna slide by the cheese. As far as your drinks, sodas and stuff like that, I don't do sodas. Some juices you can do, but you want to be careful with your juices because that's where they sneak in a whole ton of sugar on you. And I'll give you a perfect example. You'll see something like that where it says all natural, okay? But what they're not telling you is that they're adding sugar to this for you. And so, if you actually look, it says 12% lime juice on the back, okay? And this also contains 28 grams of sugar per every 8 fluid ounces. The average glass that you're gonna drink out of here in the US is going to be a 12 ounce to a 16 ounce glass. So that means you're going to be getting anywhere from 42 to 56 grams of sugar. Quite frankly, that is well over 10 teaspoons of sugar just in one glass of supposedly all natural limeade or lemonade, what have you. If you're a little bit smarter about what you buy, you slide down here and you buy the light version, okay? And this light version is gonna taste a little bit, watered down a little bit, but if you wanted to taste the lemonade, you'll see that this one has actually 2 grams of sugar per every 8 ounces. So that is 95% almost less sugar. So that's one of the things as far as what you buy, what you don't buy. Sliding down again, when you're buying milk, once again, I don't promote dairy, but even when you're not buying dairy, you're buying your nut milk, one of the things that that you'll see is that there are choices with that as well. So, for instance, somebody would see that and they would see almond milk, original flavor, and they would think that's really good, right? Okay, except that this almond milk is sweetened because it has 7 grams of sugar in it. Okay, so I realized that one time when I came to the grocery store and I was shopping for almond milk, and I saw this unsweetened original. So if you don't see the word unsweetened, that means it's sweetened. And the unsweetened original actually has 0 sugar. So that means that one they actually added sugar. So be very careful with your labels. Read your labels. Not always what they say, but what they do not say. Moving along, let's go to like your frozen sections. Actually, no, let's go look at a little bit more dairy. We're going to look at your yogurt. Okay, I talk about using your yogurts to buy to make your smoothies. All the time, people always assume that yogurt is going to be, that a lot of people didn't even realize you have actually nut yogurts. And so if you slide by, good morning, man. How you doing? Slide over here. You'll realize that you actually have alternatives as far as regular yogurt. You can have coconut yogurt, coconut milk yogurt, or you can have almond milk yogurt. So you don't necessarily have to have dairy for yogurt, and they also taste very good because they have the same consistency as your regular yogurt would, except that it's not made with dairy. Okay. That when you're buying it, you also want to make sure that you're very careful as far as your sugar content with them. So just read the labels, make sure that the sugar content is up to par. If you don't live near a local market, one of the best places to get your vegetables is going to be the frozen vegetable aisle. The reason why is no preservatives. They're flash frozen as soon as they're picked. They don't have to put anything on them. They don't have to preserve them because freezing them preserves them. So if you come over, you will be able to see that you have a ton of choices as far as your frozen vegetables, and most of these things can be just steamed and they're ready to go. Also, watch the packages, look for the ones that are marked organic. Okay, so that's just a quick tour around the grocery store. It's very important, like I said, to read the labels, understand what they're saying, mostly understand what they are not saying, because sometimes what they're not saying on the package makes all of the difference as far as what you're actually getting in the product that you're buying. So definitely, once again, go through your list that I gave you, go to the grocery store, take your time, do your shopping, buy organic, read your labels. Once again, it's not always what they say, but sometimes what they do not say. Thank you very much, and good luck with you, and see you on the next video.